Okay, so multi-step equations. So the very first thing that we have to do is we have to do the distributive property. Okay, now it won't, I should put if needed. Not always will it be needed. Combine like terms. On the same side of the equal sign. And then undo addition or subtraction, undo multiplication or division, solve. Check your work. Okay, so here we go. So if I draw this straight down, I'm going to do the distributive property first. I will, really? I will get 3x minus 6 equals 24. I'm going to add the 6 to both sides because there's no combining of like terms on this one. There's nothing to combine. So we're not going to do that. So I get 3x equals 30. I divide by 3 on both sides, and I get x equals 10. I check my work to make sure that I've done the correct thing. So 3 times 10 minus 2 equals 24. 3 times 8. So 24 equals 24. So I do have the right information, so x does equal 10. Here, there's no distributive property, but if I look on the same side of the equal sign, I have combining of like terms. So I'm going to combine like terms, and that would get me 13a is equal to 39. I divide by 13 on both sides, and I get a equals 3. Then I check my work to make sure it's correct. 4 times 3 plus 9 times 3, does that equal 39? 12 plus 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3. 39 does equal 39. So yes, I have the correct answer. A does equal 3. Next one. So I multiply through on this one. I get 3/4 x plus 18 over 4 equals 12. When I do this one, sorry, forgot this. Okay, before I do this, I'm going to simplify this, and that's going to become 9 over 2. I'm going to subtract 9 over 2 from both sides. Now, 12 is the same thing as saying 24 over 2. Some of you are going to say, well, how did you get that? Well, I want this to have a 2 on the denominator. So if it's going to have a 2 on the denominator, I have to multiply the numerator also by 2. So that would get me my 24 over 2. So 3/4 x equals 24 minus 9 is going to get me 15 over 2. Okay, I multiply by my reciprocal. Remember, we can't divide by fractions. We have to multiply by the reciprocal, and x equals. Now you could do the cross multiply or cross cancellation like so, but there are some of you that have no idea how to do that. So I'm actually not going to do it on this one. So if I take 15 and I multiply it by 4, I'd get 60. 2 times 3 gets 6, and x equals 10. Okay, I didn't mean to do that color. So I'm going to check my work. So I'm going to plug this in, maybe. And I have 3 over 4. I have 10 plus 6 equals 12. So 3 over 4, that's 16 equals 12. 16 over 1. So this would get me 48 over 4. So 12 does equal 12. So yes, I have the correct answer. So, number 4. Distributive property. So I'm going to do this first. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12 equals 8. Forgot to do that. Come on, there we go. I subtract 12 from both sides because I want to isolate the variable. So I get negative 2x equals negative 4. I divide by negative 2 on both sides, and I get x equals positive 2. I'm going to plug that back in and make sure that I have the right answer. Negative 2. That's not good if I forgot that. It would come out with a totally different answer. So negative 2, this would become negative 4. So 8 does equal 8. So yes, I have the correct answer as x equals 2. Okay. So I'm looking to see how many problems I have. So I'm going to combine like terms. First things first. So this would be negative 4x minus 8 equals 24. I need to get the negative 8 to the other side, so I'm going to add 8. I would get negative 4x equals 32. Divide by negative 4 on both sides, and get x equals negative 8. Then I'm going to plug it in to make sure that I have the right answer. 3 times negative 8 minus 7 times negative 8 minus 8 equals 24. So let's try this. So negative 24 plus 56 minus 8. 56 minus 24. So 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. Minus 8. Yep, that works. So the next one. Oh, fractions again. 2/3 x plus 16/3 equals 8. Now, from the get-go, I'm going to go ahead and change this because I can already tell I need a 3 in the denominator. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 3. If I get that, I'm going to get 24 over 3. That will just make this problem so much simpler. So I'm going to subtract 16/3 from both sides. When I get that, I get 2/3 x equals 24 minus 16. If I borrow, that's going to get me an 8/3. I multiply by the reciprocal, so 3 over 2. 3 over 2, and I get x equals 24 over 6, so x equals 4. So now I'm going to plug that back in. So I have 2/3 times 4 plus 8, and that's supposed to come out to 8. So 2/3 times 12 equals 8. It's over 1. So 24 over 3. Yep, 8 equals 8. So x equals 4. For here. Remember, the 8x is not being multiplied by what's in the parentheses. It gets written straight down. So I multiply this, Negative 2x, negative 14 equals 16. Then I have to combine like terms, this and this. So I get 6x minus 14 equals 16. I need the 14 to be added to the other side. I have 6x equals 30. Divide by 6, and I get x equals 5. So then I check my work to make sure it's correct. 8 times 5 minus 2, 5 plus 7. And some of you ask, well, why do I have to do this? What if you didn't get 5? 40 minus 2 times 12. 40 minus 24. Okay, so 40, if I subtract 24, I borrow. That's a 6. That's a 1. Yep, 16 equals 16. You didn't get the same answer, then that means that you needed to redo the problem. So in this one, I don't have any distributive property, but I do have combining like terms. So 5x minus 10. So I add 10 to both sides of the equal sign and I get 30 equals 5x. I divide both sides by 5 and I get 6 is equal to x. Then I check my work to make sure that I've done the correct work. Negative 8 plus 5 times 6 minus 2. 20 equals negative 8 plus 30 minus 2. 20 equals 22 minus 2. So 20 equals 20. Hooray, got the right answer. Okay. So now, remember that this is an invisible 1. So I write down the 12x, the negative gets multiplied through. So I combine like terms, and I get 8x minus 10 equals 54. I add 10 to both sides. I get 8x equals 64. I divide by 8 and I get x equals 8. I check my answer to make sure that I have the right answer. 12 times 8 minus parenthesis 4 times 8 plus 10. Does that equal 54? So this is going to be 96 minus 32 plus 10. 96 minus 42. 6 minus 2 is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5, so 54. Voila, we got the correct answer. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, so we have distributive again. 8 minus 4x plus 4 equals 4. So I combine like terms and I get negative 4x plus 12 equals 4. I subtract 12 from both sides and I get negative 4x equals negative 8. Divide by negative 4 and get x equals 2. So 8 minus 4 times 2 minus 1 equals 4. 8 minus 4 times 1 equals 4. 8 minus 4 equals 4. 4 equals 4. Voila, I have the correct answer. Okay. So again, I distribute. I have x plus 4x plus 12 equals 17. I combine like terms. 1x plus 4x is 5x plus 12 equals 17. I subtract 12 from both sides. Don't forget to subtract, not add. So 5x equals 5. I divide by 5 on both sides and x equals 1. 1 plus 4, times 1 plus 3 equals 17. So 1 plus 4 times 4 equals 17. 1 plus 16 equals 17. 17 equals 17. So I got the right answer. Again, this is an invisible 1 right here. I multiply that through. So I have 8y minus 8 minus 6y equals 20. I combine like terms. 2y minus 8 equals 20. I add 8 on both sides of the equal sign. 2y equals 28. I divide by 2, and I get y equals 14. I plug it back in to make sure that I did the right thing. 8 times 14 minus 8 plus 6 times 14 equals 20. Okay, 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 3 is 11 minus 8 plus 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 2 is 8. So 112 minus, this is going to get me 8 plus 4 is 12. So 92 equals 20. So 2 minus 2 is 0. 11 minus 9 is 20. So I did the right work. I multiply through. X minus 6x plus 4 equals negative 6. Combine like terms, and that gets negative 5x plus 4 equals negative 6. I subtract 4 from both sides, and I get negative 5x equals negative 10. I divide by negative 5 on both sides and get x equals 2. Then I check my work. 2 minus 2 times the quantity 3 times 2 minus 2 equals negative 6. See if this works. 2 minus 2, 6 minus 2. 2 minus 2, this would be 4. 2 minus 8. And yes, negative 6 equals negative 6. And here we go. I believe this is the last problem. It is. So, I'm going to multiply through. I have negative 52. And then this would be, equal sign, negative 15x plus 24 minus 1. Combine like terms. Negative 52 equals negative 15x plus 23. Then I subtract 23 from both sides. Oops, helps if I write the 2 first. They have the same sign, so I'm going to add and keep the sign. So that's 75 equals negative 15x. I divide by negative 15 on both sides. And let's see. That would be 5 equals x. So I plug that in, see if it works. Negative 52 equals negative 3 times 5 minus 8 minus 1. Negative 52 equals negative 3, 25 minus 8, minus 1, 3, so that's going to get me 17. Okay. 3 times 7 is 1, carry the 2, that's negative 51 minus 1. And there we have it. So I have